Solaris Garden Assembly. Your Solaris garden will include the frame with all necessary electrical and plumbing connections, fertilizers, a pH test and adjusting kit, reference charts with a dry erase marker, a fertilizer cheat sheet, seeds, assembly guide, and a grow guide. You'll also receive a biodome with LED lights to germinate your seeds. Located on page 6 of the assembly guide is steps 1 through 4. Start with the base, then add the 4 vertical risers that are labeled B and are shorter than the others. You can press these in firmly by hand or use a rubber mallet. Then take the bottom shelf and place it on top of the 4 corners of the vertical risers. Again, you can press each part in securely by hand, but if needed, feel free to use a rubber mallet throughout. Take your bottom tray and place it right on top of that bottom shelf. You'll see there's a drain tube coming out of the right side of that bottom shelf. You can move this downwards as we'll later connect it into the reservoir. On the left, move that tube to face upwards. Then attach 4 more of the vertical risers to each corner. I wanted to point out quickly that you'll notice a drain baffle that's taped into your plant trays. It looks like this. It's just to block the roots from entering the drain hole. It will come with a piece of tape on top. You can just remove that and then place the plant tray into place. The plant tray cover does sit flush right on top of that drain baffle as well. Next, take the middle shelf that has the light attached and place it on top of the 4 vertical risers. The light cord will face towards the back with the plumbing connections. Add the last 4 of your vertical risers to each corner and take the top plant tray and place it on top of the middle shelf. Now you can add the top shelf that also has a light attached. The cords will also face in the back. You can do this step with 1 person, but it may be easier with 2. Next, moving to page 7 in the assembly guide, steps 5 through 8, take your pump and align it so that the cord goes through the groove pre-cut in the reservoir, and the tube will go through the left inner hole on the top right of the reservoir. Once you've placed the pump in the middle, the suction cups will adhere better once you have water in the reservoir later on. Take that tube and pull it through that left inner hole on the top right of the reservoir. Next, you can take your reservoir and slide it underneath, inside the base, under the bottom shelf. The bottom tray will have that drain tube coming out of the right side. Take the drain tube that has the elbow connector attached and press it through the grommet on the top right of your reservoir. You'll want to push it through securely until it is about halfway through. Then take that tube that came out of the reservoir from the pump and attach it to the top tray on the right-hand side. Then you'll see the bottom tray tube on the left goes up to the left side of the top tray. Press all connections in firmly. Moving to page 8, steps 11 through 14, locate your electrical cords with the timer attached, labeled top LED and bottom LED, and plug them into the Y cable. If your lights don't turn on when plugged into the wall, check the black switch attached. After removing the protective styrofoam casing from your lights, you can open them up, and you'll also notice there's a small dial on each light that you can use to control the intensity of the lights later on if needed. Last step is to put on the tray covers. The orientation of the tray covers doesn't matter. You'll see that there's cutouts on all 4 corners. These will fit around the 4 risers on each side. Your Solaris garden is fully assembled, and you're now ready to watch the next video, filling it with prepared water.